Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Word Wednesday. I was out here in my garden once again and just kind of thinking about just about scriptures and about what I was working on, and John 15:2 says, "Every branch that does not bear fruit gets taken away, and every branch that does bear fruit gets pruned, that it will bear more fruit." I thought that was kind of interesting because I'm working on my grapevine here, and let me show you all the branches that I pruned off of it. And that's actually about over half of the plant. And here is my grapevine there, and it's kind of growing up over the top over here and everything. So I thought it was interesting because I actually pruned it like a week ago. Yes, I haven't cleaned up my yard yet, but in that time of pruning, I noticed I cut off a couple of branches or a couple of small vines that had some branches on it that had leaves, and it was probably going to produce some fruit, but it just wasn't going to produce very well because it was at the end of a dead vine, and I noticed how fast these leaves and everything are actually developing, and the new branches and everything, better than any year that I've had this, and I haven't been doing this for a lot of years. But it's interesting how the Bible takes the natural to explain the supernatural, and how Jesus talks about that pruning. There are painful times in our lives, and there are frustrating times in our lives, and I don't know that there's, if you can think of it, leave leave it in the comments if there's a non-painful positive time of pruning, because I can't currently think of that. But it's usually times that are not fun. But what's interesting is on the other side of it, how much better it is. And I think that's a lot of how God works in us. He takes us out of our comfort zones. And I've heard it said that if it's comfortable, it's not Jesus. So I don't know how theologically sound that is, but it does sometimes seem to certainly fit that way in my life. But I've gone through several pruning periods in my life, some really frustrating times, some hard times. And actually one of the times was in the internship with my church. It was pruning and growth and pruning and growth, and it just kept going and really developed me as a person, and as a Christian. And as a husband, as a stepdad, all these kinds of things. It really improved on how I did things. It gave me the disciplines that I needed, and I think that's a lot of what pruning is simply discipline. So the other spiritual truth to this is in the Bible where it talks about He is the vine and we are the branches. And, without the main vine, without that root, if you will, then the rest of the branches won't do well. And what's interesting is all the dead branches that get taken away. There's so many times where there are things in our lives, and even people in our lives, that need to not be in our lives. As much as I hate to say that. Ouch, stop. I just got pecked by a chicken. And so, I don't know, I just think that's kind of interesting. I'm kind of losing my train of thought because of the chickens right now, but I hope you guys are encouraged by this word, and that you find pruning actually as a blessing. So take care, God bless, and we'll see you guys next time.